Hi everyone, welcome to another Luke's Views review TV thing, whatever you want to call it. If you can hear any background noise, I'll try and edit it out, but hopefully you won't be able to hear it once I've edited. So let me just dive right in. Saturday I watched the Harry Potter, one of the Harry Potters, I think it was the fourth one, the Goblet of Fire. Yeah, if you can hear that, don't worry about it. For people that haven't watched the Harry Potters, it's the one about the wizard tournament things and about how the guy that plays the lead in Twilight is in it and gets killed. Yeah. Not the best one, but there you go. Then Sunday I watched Once Upon a Time, and in this one you saw the fact that Henry's dad's fiancée came to town and basically tries explaining to her how what he is, you know, that he's magical and blah 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 blah. Turns out that she's part magical as well. Not entirely sure how. But basically, Pinocchio figures it out and she more or less electrocutes him and kills him. But luckily, the blue fairy does come to the rescue and sort of, you know, revives him and turns him back into a child, but he doesn't know what had happened before. Turns out that, from what I can gather, the fiancée isn't, well, she's part magic and part not, I'm not entirely sure, but turns out she's sort of working in partnership with the guy that crashed and they didn't know whether or not they were going to kill him or keep him alive. Turns out he's Owen. Henry's not Owen, he's Owen, and it turns out he's come back to, I'm presuming, to exact his revenge, and I'm presuming that's how the series is going to come to a climax and an end, so yeah. Then I watched Fashion Fix, which is the little panel show with Kelly Osbourne and Joan Rivers. Kelly Osbourne went in today, in this week's. It was, I can't remember what her name is, but she's from Pretty Little Liars, I think. Yeah. Amazingly, absolutely hilarious. If you haven't watched it, then you really need to go watch it, because it is absolutely hilarious. Then Monday I watched Whitney, which was the one with where Alex decides to get a motorcycle and Whitney is totally dead against it. Basically because she thinks he's going to go to his death and, you know, all these insecurity things. You sort of see the sort of lighter side of her, which is good. Then Tuesday I watched CSI New York, which is on its last ever series, which is quite annoying, but anyway, good episode, because it was the one where you sort of thought into Joe's life a bit more and her daughter's, and it turns out that a girl sort of the similar age gets kidnapped, and yeah, the kidnapper sort of sends photos to her mum and dad to persuade them that she's dead, when in fact he's got her captured and locked up, and basically in the end they find her. She's in, I think it's San Francisco they go to, and yeah, they find her and, you know, reunited with her mum and dad, which is good. Then I watched New Tricks, which was the second part in the one that I told you about last time, and this one, they do get out of the shipping container, and it turns out that there's another death. One of the suspects that they already had gets killed. Basically, the boy that had been killed like 20 odd years ago, they find his dad, and his dad sort of confesses that his daughter's not safe. He knows who the killer is and he's willing to tell them it, as long as they protect his daughter, which of course they do. And then he tells them that it's the guy that was running the casino, the online betting, whatever you want to call it. Then Wednesday I watched two closes, last week's and this week's, because yeah. To cut a long story short, this week's were the series finale, which were a good episode. You saw the fact that Brenda and Fritz were going to get married, and they do actually get married in the end. The sad thing is that you see like a bit at the end, and you know, basically, the really old one, I think it's Provenza you pronounce it, tells the entire group that the chief is going to promote one of them, and because two of them have been dating, Daniels and another, it's more or less likely that it's going to be one of them two, so they've both put themselves up for the promotion whether or not they like it. Right at the end, you kind of see that it's Daniels that's going to get promoted, because I think she has a line that basically says, I think it goes along the lines of, I've loved working with you, and hope you have a great marriage, you both. Do you know what I mean? You sort of, in her voice and in her sentences that she says, you know that she's the one that's going to get, promoted. Then on Thursday, I watched Britain and Ireland's Next Top Model, and in this one, the final one, not the final one, but it's finally the one that I wanted to get kicked out, actually got kicked out. They basically did, the thing that more or less got kicked out was the fact that they did like a hair commercial thing for Tresemme, and she was the one that got the afro, and she got through a great big fit, temper tantrum about the fact that she's got the afro and she looks ugly and blah 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 blah. Anyway, she's the one that's been causing all the commotion and the see, I can't even say it. All the bad tension, basically. Controversy, there you go, finally said it. Which is Angel, and she's the bitchy, do you know what I mean, the two-faced one, so yay, finally she got kicked out. Then Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23, I watched on Thursday as well, and in this one you basically saw that there was a new family came to town, or came to the apartment complex, and Chloe basically had to admit up in front of the entire apartment complex that she's on the sex offenders register, which is just hilarious. Basically, when she was 18, she had an affair with a 17-year-old, parents prosecuted, and then, do you know what I mean? But basically, June tries to get her to, be more conservative and more, do you know what I mean, settle down. It just totally backfires, but it's absolutely hilarious. Then Friday, didn't really watch out apart from, just sort of flicking through the channels, and then Saturday I watched the 5th Harry Potter, which is the Order of the Phoenix, which is the one, where the woman tries to shut down the school, and yeah, basically gets thrown up in the air by a giant, which is just absolutely hilarious. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Sorry for all the background noise. I hope you remember to like, share, do everything else, and yeah, hope you have a nice week.
Well, now it's Luke Sam Saudi. Yeah, he's at it once again. Well, now it's Luke Sam Saudi. Yeah, he's at it once again. You know that I'm so proud to call him one of my good friends.